So, I thought we would do a car check on this here 180SX. It's my drift car, as you know, and I thought it would be cool to go through the list of parts and stuff that's on the car, a collection of bits I've bought and also stuff that I've had from sponsors as well. So yeah, let's go through the car and I can tell you exactly what's on it, hopefully, if I can remember. And yeah, might be interesting to watch, so here it is. So, starting at the front of the car. We'll do the outside first, then we'll do the interior, and then we'll do the engine bay. So, the body kit is from EP Racing. That's that company there. Leon provides the body kits for us very kindly. I don't actually know what body kit it is. Probably should. All I know is it was an S13 kit, obviously, and that's about it. I know that the rear is different to the front and the side skirts, so it's not all of the same kit, if that makes sense. The rear, this is a R32 GTR spoiler. It's actually another item from Leon at EP Racing. So it's a fiberglass GTR spoiler. Kooky lights. I know a lot of people have stopped using these now because they are expensive, and obviously if you smash them into walls and stuff, it's a bit sad, makes people cry, but so far so good. I've not smashed mine. I love them. I am very tempted to replace that panel with the kooky light stickers. It would be a better option. That way I can save these kooky lights in case I ever get a road car or put it on the road or whatever. What else we got? Oh, the fiberglass hatch. The rear lid, boot lid, is also an item from Leon at EP Racing. That I fitted this year, save a bit of weight. And that coupled with the plastics for performance windows. You can see there, just about, maybe not. So yeah, the windows are polycarbonate. Won't focus. So anyway, the windows are polycarbonate. They are from Plastic for Performance. I opted for one slider, and I went for the kit, the additional kit, which basically window stiffener brackets. So at speed, if there's any air inside the car, it stops the window flexing out and makes for a nice tight fit of the window. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with them. Unfortunately, they do scratch easily. So yeah, I would recommend going for the tough coat finish. That is something I wish I'd gone for. It was like another 300 quid or so, but definitely worth doing. And the rear quarter windows, plastic as well. So yep, that's the outside of the car. The wheels are 720 wheels. I can't remember what style. They are 9.5s on the front by 18, and on the back 10.5. I think they look pretty good. I do want to change the colour of them, possibly even change the wheels this year. The bonnet, that is an Origin Lab bonnet, I believe, with a single vent. So again, fiberglass, a lot lighter weight than the standard bonnet. And that is about it for the outside of the car, I think. Oh yeah, the over fenders and the wings. These again are from Leon EP Racing. We got the high level front brake light strip there. It's part of the BDC rules. In fact, most drift championship rules, I think. So it's like people can see if you're brake checking. Or if you're braking in a full throttle zone. These mirrors, they're actually off eBay. They were like 40 quid. I really wanted Origin Lab mirrors, but they were stupid money and I couldn't get hold of any. so I went for those as the next option. The paintwork is done by Paint Tech, so the whole car was painted in red by them. They do an awesome job. The wrap and all of the stickers, so all of the stickers you can see on the car and on the windows and the panels, are done by 360 Wraps, and they're based in Northampton. Again, they do an awesome job. Really happy to be working with such awesome sponsors. Let's go to engine bay. So that's the outside of the car. Now I'll show you the engine bay, and I'll go through the list of bits and bobs we've got in there. So yeah, that bonnet will be open. So what have we got in the engine bay? It's an SR20, the engine that came in it originally. It's a straight cam, as came in the 180SXs. We've got a pipe across filter, Borg-Warner 7064 turbo, so T3 mount on a Mazworks stainless manifold, custom downpipe, and that is a Funk Motorsport T3/T4 turbo blanket, which seems to do a great job of keeping the intake temperatures down, because obviously it retains the heat in the turbo and it goes out of the exhaust. So pretty impressed with that. And again, the downpipe wrap as well. Down there out of sight is the Turbo Smart Hypergate 45. Going venting straight to the floor. It's an external wastegate setup. SFS provide the hoses, so all of the orange silicone hoses that you can see are from SFS Performance, and all of the fittings that are red and blue, or even the black fittings, are from Goodrich on the braided lines on the oil coolers. There's a Mocal 19-row oil cooler I've run for a few years, and just a generic front mounted intercooler. Larger alley rad, keep things cool. We have 5.0 Motorsport 850cc injectors, and again a Turbo Smart, not sure if you can see down there, a Turbo Smart fuel pressure regulator plumbed in with Goodrich lines again. We've got Audi R8 coil packs. We're running Fuchs lubricants, so that's their waterless coolant, and engine oil, gearbox oil and differential oil as well. We run the 1050 grade engine oil. What else is under there? I'm sure there's stuff that I'm missing. I just can't actually think of it or see it. The engine, we go back to the engine. The engine we rebuilt 2 years ago, so we stripped it down, we fitted CP pistons, and I think it was Manley rods, ACL bearings and ARP studs and bits and pieces. A 1.8 mil head gasket, I think, Saruda. We fitted Tomoe valve springs, so stage 1 valve springs, HKS 256 cams. What else? New water pump, new oil pump, new timing chains, new tensioners, all of that. I had, what did we put on it? I think we put on it a Tomoe oil takeoff plate as well. So that's the engine. The engine we ran at about 430 horsepower last year. Turned out the timing was quite far out, preventing us from making any more power. So this year, with some timing adjustments and switching to the VP Racing C16 fuel, it gained us about 40 horsepower. So we went from 430 to 467 horsepower, and jumped up 50 foot-pound of torque as well. So the boost is now 1.6 bar and it does come in very strong. So it's a lot of fun to drive. Unfortunately there's a bit of lag, so you've got before 4,500 there's not really a lot, and then it comes on like full boost instantly. It makes it exciting to drive, but it is difficult in competitions, so yeah, maybe something we can work on for the future, maybe for next year, with a few little mods and bits and pieces. Should we go to the back of the car? I'll just quickly give you a rundown of the fueling system. It's just as soon as I've opened this boot lid. So, in the back we have OBP 40 litre or 8 gallon baffled tank. So this isn't the foam filled one, I opted for the baffled version. As you can see there, it's got a fuel level indicator on the side and AM fittings. So the Goodrich lines and fittings go, they come out of the tank, they go through a Goodrich fuel filter, then through this fuel pump, so lift pump, straight to the swell pot. It's a 1 litre OBP item again, and then out the swell pot they go to a Bosch 044 fuel pump provided by 50 Motorsport, and then through the Goodrich lines to the front of the car. So we built this firewall to basically contain all the fluid in case there's a leak. So that took quite a bit of construction. There's no video documenting that because that was built earlier this year, and it wasn't actually me that built it. It was my dad and a fabricator that we know of. So yeah, that is the fuel system and the engine sorted. I'll probably go through the suspension just quick. At the back I'm running Apex Performance adjustable arms, which I've had for a few years now. They probably need replacement ideally. Powerflex bushes through all the arms, and subframe bushes. A CAS 2-way diff at the back. At the moment, stock S14 drive shafts. EBC R33, I think, rear discs. EBC yellow stuff pads as well, which are really good, work really well. I'm still running the Z32 brake setup, so still the brakes work inside the disc like a drum brake, work really well. And again, I think they are Skyline front brakes as well, so EBC drilled and grooved discs and yellow stuff, EBC yellow stuff pads. Front suspension, or all the suspension rather, HSDs with 8 and 6 kilo suspension springs on there. I have Driftworks Geomaster 2 front hubs and Driftworks adjustable lower arms, and I have longer tie rods or track rods. The steering rack is relocated. So the steering rack is relocated, so it's been cut and welded back further, so we don't have to run the spacers anymore. What else have we got on there? I've also got Japspeed's kinked tension rods on the front of the car to allow for that extra steering lock. With regards to the suspension and stuff, I think that's about it. Extreme twin plate clutch, as in one of my previous videos we fitted that. Awesome clutch, the pedal's really light and yet it can hold a silly amount of torque and power, so very impressed with that clutch, to be honest. Something I should have fitted like years ago probably, but anyway, that combined with a 350Z gearbox. The 350Z box makes for really close ratios. First, second, third, fourth, they're all, you know, really, they neatly overlap each other. So it's almost like you've always got a gear, you've got a gear for every occasion, whereas before with the RB box and the SR box, sometimes you're in between gears. So yeah, not great. The 350 box, I would definitely recommend one of those if you're if you're in the market for getting one of those. Yes, let's move on to the inside of the car. So on the inside of the car, I have, you can see it back there, I have an Odyssey race battery with OBP like battery cage to keep it secure. I've got a Lifeline 2 litre plumbed in fire extinguisher. The cage is actually a custom cage from Custom Cages, which was fitted in, it was a basic cage kit basically. It's fitted in by Wando in Waddington. He did a great job of welding it all in. It also added these additional bars, which you don't get with a Custom Cages kit, so it just gives it that extra bit of rigidity and strength. And the door bars, I wanted the NASCAR style door bars, so I actually bent these up myself and then had them welded in. So basically they close and they go tight to the door skin there. So hopefully in the event of a crash, it will give me that extra bit of space before the car comes in, and like, you know, in a crash there's more protection, so I'm further away from the actual crash bar, because on a normal cage the crash bar would run straight along there. So yeah, peace of mind basically. This is an OBP, no it's not, this is an OMP bucket seat. I've had this for years. It's a fat boy one basically. It's nice and wide so I can fit my fat ass in it, and I love it. So yeah, it's starting to show its age now with a few wear marks, but this actually came in my first S13 that I used to drift. So yeah, I love this seat and I definitely plan on keeping it. If I replace the seats in the drift car, then I'll be using this for a simulator setup, definitely. And the other side we've got a Driftworks, I think is it a Cobra Imola seat? Quite a slim seat, so okay if you're skinny and slim, but otherwise quite a tight fit. On that side I've got a TRS harness, 3-inch harness. That is a 4-point harness. On this side, on the driver, I have a Sparco hands harness. It's hands because it's a 3-inch harness down here, and then it goes up to 2-inch to allow for fitment over the hands device to make it a nice tight fit. 3-inch harnesses, as I found, they kind of ride up and try and slip off the side. Hands device is designed for the 2-inch harness. So yeah, and that is 6-point. So it's got the lap bit as well, to stop you kind of submarining and going underneath. The seat is too low, too high. So I do plan on getting some brackets fabricated. I don't like these sliding rails. Not a fan of those. They just don't fill me with confidence, and it's something I should have got rid of at the time of the cage going in. Handheld fire extinguisher there, and custom footplate. There's not much in the way of a cockpit. I've got this Keys Racing steering wheel, which was an absolute bargain off of eBay. I think I paid about $150 for it. I got it off a guy who'd imported it from Japan and probably paid a fortune. I think when I was looking it was going to be 400 to 450 quid to import, so I was very happy when I found this one. There's no way I could justify the 450 quid price. The gear shifter took a bit of setting up. It's a Cooler Works one from Keith Barter, one of the Irish lads. It's awesome. I really like the way it feels now that it's set up properly. It's actually got a lockout, so if you look in one of my previous videos you can see that you can lock it out there, and so when you go into first you have to pull up on this which pulls that pin, so then you can move it to first, and then it goes across and locks it when you get back into third. So anyway, in one of my previous videos you can see how that works. But basically it means that you can, once you're into third, you can shift between third and fourth without going to first, second or fifth or sixth. So you would want to set your diff ratios up to match third and fourth gear on the track, so that there's, you're basically allowing for third and fourth gear use to prevent misshifting. So yeah, looking forward to using that, hopefully getting a low ratio diff that I can fit in and swap out when I need to. Other than that, I've got the cut-off switch, fire extinguisher pull, an AEM wideband gauge for the AFRs, the air fuel ratios. I'm still running the standard heater system. I did consider buying, well, I did buy in fact, a motorsport heater blower, but I just didn't get a chance over the winter period to get it all welded in, to get it all fitted in behind the dash, so I opted for the standard heater, and I'm glad I did, because I think that the standard heater works really well, and the weight saving would have been minimal. In terms of a dash, I've actually been running a tablet as a display. I still haven't got this Racetech 2 dash working yet, but I'm hoping with the new CAN adapter that's on its way to me that in the next few days I'll be able to get that working. And that is pretty much it for the interior. That is pretty much it for the car, to be honest. I don't think there's anything else I've missed. Certainly nothing major anyway, I hope. Yeah. If there's anything else you guys watching, guys and girls, if there's anything else that I can tell you about the car, then feel free to leave a comment in the comment section or ask me. But yeah, that's it. So that is my car check. There'll probably be some changes to it over the winter period, no doubt. But yeah, thanks for watching, like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next video.